Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Talos Principle 2, where I guess we should just get in the subway, get on the subway train and just go to whichever way, west, south? Wait, was this was north? I don't know. Yeah, we were north, but now we're going south, it makes sense. The southern coast is next. Heavily eroded cliffs of the southern coast are surrounded by sewer waters and dominated by a particularly unusual tower. How can it be particularly unusual? Kinda rude there, Mel. Anyway. I think we're good to go. Let's go to South 1.
1K, I'm sending you a little software upgrade I put together that should allow you to detect which files will lead to a data stream overload. Unfortunately, I'm not doing this to help you avoid them. In fact, I'm gonna need you to search for more.
Sure.
I'm sorry about that. But if we're going to unlock all the systems that aren't responding, you'll have to connect to the data stream, possibly more than once. It's the only way for me to get access.
Sure. I can take it. Okay, that's a very different environment. I like it. And there's a weird looking tower. Looks like a...
Alright, 1K.
I don't know.
In this area, there seems to be a problem with the machine that makes the tetromino bridges. That means you can solve the puzzles, but you can't activate the tower. Look for a lab that lets you connect to the data stream.
I already found it. I'll send you the coordinates.
I don't need help. I'm fine. I would have found everything on my own, because I'm always looking for everything on my own. Anyway, this looks... so different. This looks very different, I like it. I do. So there's 8 over there. What is this? Is this the lab? I already found it. Didn't even need to look at any coordinates or the HUD or anything. Okay. What if I want to go this way though? Can't. That's a shame. There's a guitar here. Can I play it? No? Is it like a vacuum robot thing? I think so. I think so.
Look at this place. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mesmerizing.
Yeah.
That's how it lures you in, I think. You see all these beautiful things and your imagination starts working overtime. And then the puzzles, the towers, the mysterious apparitions, it all draws you further in.
Sure does.
Deeper into the trap.
Not a trap though.
What if that's the whole point of this place? What if every time you have one of those visions, another little bit of you is corrupted, overwritten with the hubris of this place?
I haven't been corrupted. Let's not be superstitious.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to suggest you were, whatever it is I'm trying to say. I guess I'm just disappointed in myself. Byron needs me. You all need me to do my job, and I can't even use a terminal. If this is all really the work of the Founder, I don't know, maybe she lost her way. Or maybe we're just not ready.
I'm ready.
But once we find Byron, I suggest we get the hell out of here and never come back.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Al. But we're gonna find Byron. I can promise you that. One way or another. I think he's gonna be fine. He's just a little stuck. What are we doing here? Turning gravity on and off, maybe? Doesn't seem that exciting, honestly. Let's do this one first. From Thekla. To Athena, beloved founder, years have passed and still there's nothing but silence. Have we sinned? Have you abandoned us for our arrogance, our greed? Some of the others continue to build. I told them not to, but they don't listen to me. Byron is the worst of them. He disrespects you constantly, spreading lies, and please know that there are those who remain faithful, who respect the limits you set and seek wisdom and humility as you taught. We may win the next election, perhaps then you will return. Praise your name, Thekla. I should have called her an idiot. I have regrets. Currently copying some hex. He whose, that's the first line. He whose face gives no light shall never become a star. Okay. From Trebuchet. Not really, but almost. To Athena, founder, although I was born in the early days of New Jerusalem, I never knew you well. This is not your fault. I became so focused on improving the dam that I didn't develop much in the way of social relationships, except perhaps with Melville. That doesn't mean I was unhappy. I was, in fact, extremely content. I like to solve complex problems in peace and quiet. That's who I am. But now the pleasure I used to get out of my work has faded. I may not need a lot of company, but I want my work to be meaningful, to contribute. It does not feel like that anymore. And when I suggest new projects, the mayor acts like I've committed a crime, like I should be ashamed. I do not like this. I do not care about social issues or debates. I do not want to get involved. I just want to be able to keep working on making things better. Please fix this situation. Thank you. Trebuchet. Very different kind of messages there. Paying the price. From the introduction to Portraits of the Martyrs by S.T. Sanyal, I don't know. The list of people condemned for advocating new ideas is long and depressing. Ignaz Semmelweis utterly destroyed for suggesting doctors wash their hands. That's crazy, yeah. It's so weird that was a thing. Ludwig Boltzmann ridiculed for suggesting the existence of atoms. Robert H. Goddard mocked for arguing that a rocket could reach the moon. Al-Razi attacked for questioning the existence of humors. Barbara McClintock's discovery of transposition ignored for years. The list goes on and on. And we haven't even touched on what happens to those who suggest politically rather than scientific improvements. Even when they succeed, they often still pay with their lives. That is also very true. These days, the idea of progress is frequently derided as yet another narrative. It identified with the establishment by critics who curiously portray themselves as rebels, but the truth is that every step forward that humanity has ever taken has enormous personal costs. That's true. That means it's even more important to stand up for the truth, because so many others have already sacrificed themselves for it. It does, but what is the right way of doing it? Many died for the truth without accomplishing anything. Maybe we should have to do what's right and trust the universe. Maybe. Maybe. The hand washing thing is it's so weird from like, you know, today's perspective, to be like, that they didn't think that it was necessary to wash your hands. Like even if you kind of like say, okay, they didn't know about like bacteria and that kind of stuff on your hands, but like just having like dirty hands, it's just such a weird way. Anyway, to think about like medicine, right? It's just I'm gonna, you know, gonna stick my dirty hand inside this wound. It's gonna be fine. Anyway. Okay, so this one is an overload one from Thuya. Thuya? I don't know. Dear Founder, everything has gotten so much worse since you left. We keep pursuing the goal, but our lives are getting less happy. When the weather is dry and the dam runs low, there's nothing to do in the whole city. Things don't get fixed anymore. We even had to dismantle the cinema. I know it was frivolous and pointless when we can just watch video files, but it was fun to go watch movies together like people used to do. That makes sense. I believe in your wisdom, Founder. I believe we have to avoid hurting the planet like our ancestors did, but I don't know if the mayor is doing what you would have wanted. Isn't there another way of reaching the goal? Please. I know you left for a reason, but I don't think we can go on this way. Faithfully, whole bunch of hex. So much hex. So much hex. See, can I get it all? Reset this. Paste this. Let's see. Yeah, already very messed up. 4974, that's fine. 20, and then it goes what? C6. C697? That doesn't seem right. 497420. C697? 4746 C6, but it like breaks immediately. It's just it and then it's a mess. One two one two one two one two one two. There's something missing there, because like we have, there's a 20 here, so that's a space. And then we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, so I'm missing one. It's not missing. I'm missing it. 26 5. Yeah, okay. Before that 6C. Yes. 7 4. Yes. 7 4. Yes. 6 9. Oh, there's just a 6 missing in there at the start. I didn't see that. But it still feels wrong because it says it little prates that an Eitlk, which probably is not what it actually says. I would guess, anyway. Okay, so then it goes 70 72. That's fine, but that's an F, not a 1. 70 72. 6F 66 69. There's just a 66 missing in there too. What? How's that scan so bad? 66. It little profits that. That makes more sense. That and that looks fine, but then the last thing is wrong too. So 69. Where's the last space here? 6964. Yeah, it's scan it as a 5 somehow. 6964. 6C. 65. 26B. Yeah. It little profits that an idle K. Okay, that's a start. I wish they were like just like easier to scan sometimes. I think it's like it's a little crooked. I held the phone slightly. What's that popping sound? Didn't like that. It little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with maybe? We'll see. I don't know why I struggled so much with that first line, and then like that longer paragraph in the middle. It scanned perfectly fine. It's annoying me though. A little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and endure unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. So what is that? Let's see. It little profits that an idle. That's probably enough. Lord Tennyson, Ulysses. By Alfred Lord Tennyson. A little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and endure unequal laws unto a savage race that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. I cannot rest from travel, I will drink. Life to the lees, all time I have enjoyed, greatly, both with those that loved me and alone on shore, and when through scudding drifts and rainy heights. How long is that? It's a long poem. It's not that long, but it's too long. Just to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Anyway. And then just 5358 again. I've seen that a bunch. A fragment from Straton on the Universe. Amintas, you have made quite a catalogue of horrors, Stratons. Children dying in their mother's arms, cities perishing by the plague, and even animals living without peace or happiness. I don't know, Nicomachus? I don't know. Why must we listen to this? You know I have just eaten a heavy dinner. Straton, because these things, which are ugly, must be confronted for us to reach the truth. You spoke of justice earlier, Amintas, but are these things just? They are not. Then you must admit the universe itself is not just. If the gods exist, then they do not bend the world to their will. Rather, the universe proceeds as a machine, following its rules. Justice and virtue are human inventions. I was saying justice and virtue are therefore illusory and should be abandoned. The opposite, my friend. It is mankind alone that can impose these values upon this machine. Footnotes. It remains unclear whether Straton believed in the gods or used them solely as metaphors. His work on the deities is no longer extant. Tantalizingly, Diogenes Laertius mentions that it caused a fistfight in the Lyceum. I thought what made us human was that we searched for meaning, but perhaps a better way of thinking about it is that we create meaning. Huh. No, is it just more Tennyson? Because then I could just read more Tennyson, but I don't know if it is. There's a pattern underneath. New primary site. Lake water for cooling. I can't read anything else because everything else is hex. At least it's like neatly formatted, I would think. No, that's bad. I cut off the left side just a tad. I wanted to get in as close as possible because then it's easier, I think, for it to scan the numbers properly, but then also it gets easy to cut off things as well. Let's copy the whole mess and see if it just randomly works out that way. You do have to get rid of the text in between though. There's a pattern underneath, needs to go, yeah. So this is what there is a pattern underneath this. Then this needs to go trials until 610, yeah. Gonna be so many mistakes in there. Has a period in there? There's definitely no period. There's a colon too. There's definitely no colon in the whole mess there. No, what did it scan poorly? Anyway, new primary site. That's new primary site. Just like giving myself some line breaks so I can see where like the new paragraph would be. So trials here, and then lake water for cooling, sure. That's a comma. That's gonna break in a few spots. Yesterday we obeyed kings and bent our necks before. Okay, I see. Is it more Ulysses? I don't think it is. Yesterday we obeyed kings. Yesterday we obeyed kings and bent our necks before emperors, but today we kneel only to truth, follow only beauty and obey only love. It's Khalil Gibran, The Vision, Reflections on the Way of the Soul. But is it just more of that? Because that's just like, I want the 4. Can I have the 4 thing? Because like the rest of this is a mess. Alright, let's see. Where does it break? It breaks after truth. But I don't know where that is. Oh, there's a slash in there, so that's definitely not right. The slash is probably a 7 or a 1. It's always one or the other. But it's so hard to find that. So is it a space and then 427 slash? And it's still up there in the first stretch. 4275? No. You know, where's that? That slash is. It's a line up. Oh no, it's like 6F/2. It's probably. Let's just make the slash a 7. And give me like a space before here. Okay. God. Okay, so this is. Let's start from the bottom. So last paragraph is down here. So there's a 792 C206. Yeah, okay. 616 C2, yeah, 7468. Just added a comma in there, I think. 7468, 74,68. Yeah, that's just not a thing. 6520. Yeah, the rest looks fine. I don't think anything was broken down there though anyway, because just ignore that, maybe. No, I mean, there was like some mess down there. Maybe like that fixes the bottom. Not quite. Because it's probably off somewhere before, and then, you know. Four, 8, that's this stretch. It looks good to me. And then before that, here, 2E. And this starts at 4686. I hate doing this. It's so slow. 4686 could be here. It's so hard to, like, it's just this like nonsense kind of stretch there. It's so hard. It's hard to figure out where it went wrong. I hate doing this. But I do want to read them all. Okay, so 27,468. So that's right here. 6E. let's go to the next space here, and then before that, here. Should be 6067. No, 6D6F. That's a different space then. Oh, it's so hard to do this. I hate doing things on my phone like this. 2E. It just even ends wrong here. 682E. There's just no 8 there. That should help things a bit, maybe. Upon the earth, hell is empty and all the devils are here. It's the end. Okay, that helps a bit. Any slashes? I don't see any slashes. It's just like periods and columns, and but I don't know. There's a slash in there too. Where's that? So that's the first 7-4 6-5. Okay, this is this stretch, and then this starts with 6B. Where's that? Here. But the slash is before that. So 20 here, and the next 20 is here. Yeah, that tracks. Next 20 is here. Before that one is here. And here. And then before that one, we have E2 3 7 2 7. Yeah, that one, that slash is just a 7. That should fix the top a bit. But not enough. All right. Okay, and then this. So there's a space here. Next one is very far. Is that true here? 616E, 64. And then get rid of this column there. How did he make one? Like, there's nothing even there that looks like it could be that. How did it scan that? That somehow made the end broken again. I don't know how that happened. But it did. It's so hard to see where this breaks, you know. And have dominion over the fish. Okay, let's see where's that from. Let's just Google it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea, maybe. Is that just from, yeah, it's just a Bible quote. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. That looks right, yeah. And then the last one was what? Like something, hell is empty. And all the devils are here. There's a, yeah, it's a Shakespeare quote. I think that's just that bottom part. And then this is the Bible quote, and this is the, whatever it was. Guess the re-obeyed kings. I don't know. It's too annoying. Let's overload.
Our ancestors kept telling themselves that the brevity of their lives didn't matter. But they had so little time to ever really think about anything. I've spent several human lifetimes studying this mystery, and only now am I beginning to see. The simulation was built on top of material reality, unable to escape its constraints. In the same way, physics as we understand it, even quantum physics, is built on top of a deeper reality. A set of rules that define existence itself. There is a universal language of creation, and I think we can learn it.
Can we? Maybe.
The language of creation. What were they doing here? And how far did they get?
Pretty far.
I can't answer that, but I think I'll fix the Tetromino bridge, machine, ring thing. I say I think because it's not in the schematics. And what I'm doing is hack work at best. Try it and see if it works.
It's the way of the engineer, you know? Hack work at best. Anyway. I want to play the guitar. But I can't. Half an hour in. Horrible. Took way too long. Stupid hacks. Making me work for my lore. So mean. Yeah, that looks fixed though. Is this level 1? It is. It just doesn't look right when the birds fly. I don't know. Can't. Phase entry. What? I can teleport here? What? What? I can move the teleporter too, that's crazy. But I can't. You don't let me like send it, right? No, that's a shame. So I can like send myself in though, and then what? This, okay. Okay, I need to bring stuff in there, I see. I feel like I need to bring this out though, but I can't. Oh, I can just teleport with it? That's crazy! That's insane. Okay, because then I can do this. That's stupid. I love it. I can't teleport back now, obviously. I was gonna teleport back. That doesn't make sense though. That's wild.
I've decoded another file from the data stream. Listen to this.
Mother and Father think of our discoveries as a language, a code. But I think they're wrong. They're so caught up in the technical details of running the experiments and upgrading the machine that they're not paying attention to the patterns we're finding, to the symmetries, the harmonies, the melodies. The fundamental language of reality is a kind of music, and it's beautiful. Beauty is an inherent property of the cosmos.
That makes sense.
I love the way she looks at things.
That looks kind of crazy. Not sure where we'll input that, but we'll keep an eye out. What is that? That looks weird. There's green down there, that's crazy. So I mean to like make a hole there with a drill thing from somewhere? That's crazy. How are we doing that? I don't know. The escape. Okay. Now what? Okay, fair enough. I need you to drill a hole there instead. Oh, but yeah, I need blue. But I don't need red anymore, right? No. Okay. So put that like here somewhere. And then teleport out. I don't know where green is going, but it's going someplace. Maybe we should work on that now. Can I use a teleporter from here? No? Is that a connecting thing? No. Where am I sending you? Up there. Okay. That seems like a decent setup for that. I don't mind, I don't mind. Hey, Yakut. How's it going?
Listening to Miranda talk about beauty made me think. Okay, this might be super weird and kind of pretentious, but I honestly mean it.
Yeah.
What is beauty? Like, where does it exist? Is it just in our minds? Or is there some objective component? Something quantifiable? I always thought it was just perception. But if I understand her correctly, Miranda sees beauty as a property of the universe itself.
Definitely, yes. That's what she said. But I mean, that's a very philosophical kind of question, right? Can there be beauty without, like, someone observing it? Because if there is, like, an objective property of beauty that is an underlying thing throughout the cosmos, then that would mean that, yes, like, beauty can exist without anyone perceiving it. It's an interesting question, though, right? But then again, you know, like, it feels weird to say that beauty is just in the eye of the beholder, right? It just exists in our minds. It's just like the perception that makes it exist. Because that's weird as well if you think about it. Because there's gotta be something more to it, right? Like, I feel like, let's say you dress up very nicely, and you do, you know, your hair and whatever you need to do. But then you don't look in the mirror and no one else is there to see you. Are you still beautiful in that moment though? Because if someone were there to see you, they would perceive you as beautiful in that moment. But you're probably, like, you are still objectively beautiful in that moment, no? So there's more, there is like an objective property then. Probably, yeah. And even like something like, you know, the Grand Canyon would still probably be beautiful even if no one looked at it. I don't know. I think it is an objective property that we can perceive. And we can perceive different things as beautiful. Because there's like a subjective component there. But I also would like to believe that there are things that just fundamentally connect us, that are just beautiful beyond subjective taste. But I don't know if that's true.
That's interesting. So you think the world is beautiful whether or not someone is there to perceive it?
I think so, yeah.
Even if we were all gone, it would still be beautiful?
I think so. Beauty may exist, but it only acquires meaning through perception. See, maybe that nails it more. The beauty is objective, but it doesn't mean anything without the perception of it.
Uh-huh. So you think the universe is like a work of art. It has to be parsed to have meaning. And that's our role. We're the audience.
That makes sense.
But then, doesn't that mean that as a species, we have a responsibility to grow? To enlarge the audience so that more beauty can be perceived?
I would say so. Yes, imagine sentience spreading across the galaxy, and as it does, the cosmos coming alive with beauty.
That's a really powerful image.
It is.
Beauty flowering in the universe as intelligence spreads. Thank you. I hope you're right.
I hope so too. I wanted to ask you something else though. What's your analysis of the southern regions?
The southern part of the island is a natural desert, basically just due to the chemical composition of the soil. I haven't been able to work out why it's so warm though. It could be a warm ocean current or something to do with the megastructure's thermal output. New Jerusalem doesn't have the kind of equipment I'd need to figure that out.
Do you think Byron is okay?
I hope so. I understand why he was impatient, but he should have been more careful.
Did you know Cornelius?
Yeah, everyone knew Cornelius.
I didn't.
After Eustathius retired, he was the only one left who was there since the beginning. Except I guess none of us really knew him after all. We all thought he was lost in the past, always studying the archive and the simulation. But he actually had all these secrets.
Yeah.
And a daughter.
Crazy. Are you disappointed in him?
No, just surprised.
That's fair.
Maybe a little sad that he felt he couldn't trust anyone with the truth.
Yeah, what did you get up to when we went back home?
Mostly just made sure Pellegrino didn't mess up the VTOL. We only have a handful of them, and while they look cool on the outside, the truth is they're held together by gaffer tape and good intentions.
Yeah, engineering again.
There's a reason Melville's always complaining.
Societies unwilling to invest effort and resource into their infrastructure cannot remain functional.
When you put it like that, it seems hard to argue. More and more stuff isn't working anymore, and eventually there will be consequences.
Absolutely. Miranda said that a fundamental language of reality is a kind of music. Thoughts?
I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. I hope it's true.
Hope so too. What kind of music would it be? What kind of music do you like?
Okay, this may sound like a robot joke.
Okay.
But I love heavy metal, especially the more melodic kind.
Okay.
It's big, it's epic, it's full of emotion.
Yeah.
You can really get lost in it.
That is true.
Actually, I named Bruce after Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden.
Sure.
They used to call him the air raid siren,
Yeah.
which is also what my Bruce sounds like.
That's all. Thanks, Yakut. Always good talking to you. Always good talking to you. But yeah, that, you know, metal does have. You can get lost in that. Like, it's just. It's fun. Through the wall. Okay, so we can climb out here. We can teleport in there and then climb out. That doesn't seem super helpful initially. Okay, we can also teleport in there, I guess. And then carry out the drill thing? Wait, do I want you outside? And then... What do I want to accomplish here? Let me think. I think I want to go outside, no? Oh, but I can't go back inside to get this, right? No, what do I need to do? What's the right order here? So if we make a hole here, and we can teleport in there, using that teleporter right there, and we can leave this one here and go back. And like, once I'm here, I can't actually do much, right? I can move this, like, around. I have a second teleporter. And then I can go outside and move this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. Because then I can get the drill outside. But it doesn't seem very helpful. I need to get it in. I need to get it in here. So I need a teleporter in there. Right, I can do this though, and then I can teleport outside with the drill, and then I can teleport inside with the drill, and I can make a hole here. And then I can go through. Very good. And since we don't have a connector here, I don't think we do anything with green at this point. I didn't even notice the guy holding the thing. Man, I love the soundtrack too. Still need a thumbnail too. I should work on that probably. Weird birds again. Pushing through. Or are we pushing where? Can I get all of them, can I? So in here it's just this, which would let us do this and this, but we can't. And then this gives us... Well, a hexahedron seems useful. And then maybe... Okay, there's a thing that we can't actually do that. Fair enough. But I can teleport in here and then connect this. And we can carry the teleporter out. We can also open this again, but there's not really a point to that, I would say. And then we probably just like move everything out. Starting here. And then... How deep do we need to go even? One more. Oh yeah, I can't teleport through this. It's annoying. So how do I skip a step? I'm not sure. How do I skip a step? I don't know. Actually, I don't have any ideas. 'Cause I can't teleport through this. And even if you had like I can't. I can't like hold this. Or I can hold this and teleport here. Right, very easy. Very easy.
You know, a couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city, just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures are overgrown? It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know if it happened while the structure was still operational, or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way. And history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
Yeah. I think that's sort of the point, isn't it? Right? You should remember the past and the mistakes of the past, but then not be paralyzed in fear of ever making any mistakes. Just, you know, trying to avoid making those same mistakes again. So feels jumpable, but I guess I can't actually jump it. Or I will loop back to the start, I see. Should we end this? Not quite. We are close, however. It's a nice area.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits.
Yeah.
After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves.
Yes.
In each other. In the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it. But I think that in those last months, when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
Yeah. Please post your thoughts on the expedition in this thread and keep it civil, says Jeremy. Atar, I think the powers that Athena has unlocked are world-changing, and it's our responsibility to use them to lessen the suffering for all living things. Red, we know, we heard your broadcast. Ovis, I think we're being tested and Byron failed the test. Damien, what happened to Byron was an accident. Belmarsh, is there a difference ultimately? Atar, yes there is. Shock, no one's actually seen Athena or Cornelius or Miranda at the megastructure. They could all still be aliens. That's a fair point. Shock speaks truth. Buddhas, I feel like we need to at least think about the potential of all these new technologies. Maybe the founder is trying to teach us how to use them. Ethelwalk? Why is everything malfunctioning on the island now? Is it because of Byron? Sagoran. He was still logged into the system. His presence may be destabilizing it somehow. Franklin. Or it's Pantora. She seems to want to stop the team. Robin. Honestly, I wonder if Pantora is just somehow malfunctioning. Like she's supposed to protect the megastructure, but she can't tell friend from foe. Elvin. The choice of Pandora as a symbol cannot be accidental. And the message is obvious. The megastructure is Pandora's box, and we should not open it. We should open it, though. Because it's not Pandora's box, it's the frame. Teleportation, because at this point, why not? In some ways, teleportation is one of the less surprising things we found here, in that at least particle teleportation was known to be theoretically possible. Of course, it's still miles away from these teleporters, which operate on principles that simply contradict what we know of physics. The transfer of matter from one location to another is instantaneous, without an observable wormhole or a similar effect. There is, however, a release of exotic particles in the instant of teleportation, which decay within fractions of a second. Pretty much all the tech on the island, from the puzzles to the megastructure, is run by a system called Noema. I've identified a number of obvious commonalities with the software we use in New Jerusalem, enough to be certain that Noema is descendant from our own software, although Athena and Cornelius appear to have upgraded it quite extensively. Noema seems capable of interfacing directly with the user's mind at a deeper level than our own technology, although this functionality is not used consistently. Currently, guest users are locked out of all functions, so only 1K can access the system, although he's also locked out of any admin functionality. That makes sense, like I'm not an admin. And then the Sphinx Monument. Sure, let's do one more puzzle. Minimalism, sure. So, what do we get here? We get a jammer. And we jam the skates. And then we get this fan. And we got a teleporter, and this opens this. That's kind of crazy looking, honestly. What am I doing here? I'm not sure. This does not seem very minimalist to me. Where do I want to teleport to? I mean, we could use this just to open this, so we can look down, but like, what do we accomplish by doing that? I need to get here, so I need to get through there and then drop down and walk in from the other side or something? Because this powers... This keeps this open? I'm very confused. I'm very confused. Because I can't see that teleporter from downstairs, right? Like if I go back down, I can't use that teleporter from here because it's like, if I put it on the bars here though, then could I teleport? Or could I teleport to here? Ah, come on. I pressed space before I pressed forward. I swear. Like if I put this, like, I don't even know, here. Can I teleport to it from the bottom? Yes, so I can pick this up. But then I can't teleport through it here because I can't see it here. Okay. That will be the whole point of this. Let's bring the channel up. And now I could teleport, and I could teleport here, but I can't have this open. Because then the teleport thing needs to be on top of the thing. Oh, but I can detach the fan? Yes, okay. Which means I can... Yeah, do this. Because I can grab this and then teleport up. And put this here, and put the teleporter here. And I can go back down. Do I need anything? No, I think this is fine. Because then I can grab this, teleport here, jam this, and go over here. And then here we have two things, which together do something. Open this, and then... But I don't know what the last thing is. I don't know. Closing this seems fine now? I don't know. The thing is I'm not getting my... I can't teleport here again. If I go down. So what does this accomplish? This feels wrong because I need this teleporter to be... What if I put the teleporter here and then... stand there? No, then I can't get back out. If I drop it. But I can't move a second thing here because I don't have another thing. Well, I have the chamber, but I can't move the chamber through. Because once I grab it, I can't teleport. I can go back down though. Can I get to an angle where I can teleport to here from down there holding the chamber? I don't think so. Because this would be... Wait, maybe from back there I could? I don't know. Let's try. Otherwise you have to reset. Yeah, okay, I can. Which then means we can do this. I have this somewhere here. And we can teleport back. And we can pick up this thing and then charge it red. But not from here, obviously. Need line of sight to that over there. Which I don't know how to do. Right, because now the bottom... Okay, this closes this. I see. So we need something down below. Okay. So, what if we did this? That makes some sense, because then we have both of these open, which seems good. And then if I go here, and I just put this here, and then I go down and stand on this, then this is gonna accumulate red, isn't it? Yes, and then I can teleport back up, and this thing is red now. I can bring it back through. And I can go down here. And do this. Excellent.
You know, Wonka, you're not entirely terrible at this.
It's true. I'm only partially terrible at this.
The world we see around us may not always be as it appears. Some philosophers have said that we are surrounded by nothingness, merely because air is not visible to the eye. And yet one needs only to observe the wind in the trees, or to plunge one's hand into the clear waters of the Aegean, to see that air has material substance. The same applies to many other forces that shape our lives. That they seem invisible does not mean that they are absent. It only means we have not yet learned how to observe them. And yet, lately I have struggled to understand what I am seeing. This strange, insubstantial island. These machine men. This woman with a fierce voice like an Amazon. Who are they? How did I get here?
That's definitely the weirdest Straton yet. I want to get to that. I don't think there's anything there, but like I started going there and I want to get there. But I think it's too deep. Which is a shame. If I can get on top of that rock. I can't though. I was fine. I could have just jumped out. It would have been okay. Game's so mean. Anyway. Alright. I guess that's it for today though. I can probably get there from up there, but I just wanted to get there from here, you know? That's all I wanted. All I ever wanted. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Did I take a screenshot? I didn't take a screenshot yet. That's horrible. Need to do that now. I'm out of time. What makes sense as a thumbnail thing? Maybe this guy. Can I do that same pose? I don't think I have a pose that looks like that, do I? Like bent over, hands up. Not really, right? Maybe do this instead. Nah, this side is better for the, but like it's the wrong side. It's fine. It's the best I can do. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.